girlfriend Kate Cassidy has revealed that they were planning to get married before the One Direction star's tragic death.
It used to be pretty challenging for me, so I'm really trying to make the most of everything.
Liam Payne's girlfriend Kate Cassidy is done with y'all trying to drag her through the mud in probably one of the most difficult times of her life. No, seriously, how heartless can people be? Instead of mourning a tragic loss, the internet is busy pointing fingers at Kate Cassidy, turning her into a scapegoat for a tragedy she had no control over. The lack of empathy is unreal, y'all, and what's even crazier is that people are going to wild lengths just to troll her. If anything, the truth is finally coming out, and if this new information is true, then poor Kate Cassidy deserves a lot of respect and grace for the way that she has been handling things throughout their 2-year relationship. This is such a mess, and we've got to talk about it.
Liam, get in here.
It is honestly shocking how fast people can turn grief into a blame game. Since Liam Payne's tragic passing, his girlfriend Kate Cassidy has been hit with some harsh and totally baseless accusations. Instead of showing her any sympathy, trolls are out here painting her as the villain in a story where she too is struggling to cope with the heartbreaking loss of someone she loved. Since the day Liam Payne tragically lost his life in Argentina, Kate Cassidy has been under a very harsh spotlight. And the minute she was first seen out in public following the incident, many fans went straight into judgment mode, picking apart her every move. Some even claimed she looked guilty or unremorseful, as if grieving someone you loved has a strict, visible script you must follow. Anyways, so Kate broke her silence in an emotional post on Instagram saying, "Thank you for all of the kind words and love that you've sent my way. I've been at a complete loss the last few days, haven't felt real at all. I ask and pray that you'll give me the grace and space to navigate this in private. Liam, my angel, you are everything. I want you to know I loved you unconditionally and completely. I will continue to love you for the rest of my life. I love you, Liam." Yet, despite her plea for space to grieve, the internet showed her no mercy. Comments began flooding in with accusations that Kate had left Liam when he needed her most, as if her absence somehow made her responsible for his death. What's worse is how people have twisted the timeline of events to fit their narrative. Remember Kate returned to Florida just 2 days before Liam's death, leaving him in Buenos Aires? Believe it or not, that alone has been enough for some to insinuate that she was directly involved, or that her decision to leave somehow contributed to his tragic passing. Fans have gone as far as accusing her of abandoning him in a time of need.
Travel from South America back to Florida with me. I was so ready to leave. Honestly, loved South America, but I hate staying in one place for too long, and we were supposed to be there for like 5 days, turned into 2 weeks, and I was just like, I need to go home.
When I tell you the comments are cruel, I mean every sense of the word. Some people are saying she shouldn't have left him, knowing too well that he was going through so much and that she just didn't care. But it gets worse because someone dead said, honestly, it seems like Liam went for these girls with not much to offer but looks. So now it's even a crime for Kate to be beautiful, and for some reason, that was all Kate ever was to Liam. It's like one of the last videos they took together. Y'all can see they were in a good place. Nothing seems off here.
Yeah, so it's going to be a nice day. And then you're going home. Ha ha, loser, weirdo.
I'm headed back to Florida with Nala.
Yeah.
Please be in Kate's shoes for a minute. Imagine going on a 5-day vacation with your partner, but he ends up wishing to stay a little bit longer. So, as a supportive partner, you decide to stick around a little longer, and before you know it, 5 days turns into 2 weeks. It's only natural that you eventually up and leave, which is exactly what Kate did. I mean, she has a life of her own, and she had a life before she became known as Liam's girlfriend. Kate is an influencer and probably had some work to do. If anything, the people bashing Kate should probably learn that your life shouldn't stop just because you're dating a wealthy person who can afford to be on vacation for the whole year. Ugh. Give the girl a break. They had actually had a blast during their trip and even attended Niall Horan's concert together. Literally just celebrating life and love. These people had been together for 2 years, and all we've ever seen are beautiful photos and videos of a happy, drama-free, wholesome couple. Kate even shared playful moments of their time in Argentina, reflecting the joy they found in each other's company, and their fans have always loved the fact that even though they are a big deal, they have always been super relatable. But now, those memories memories are buried under nonstop online attacks against her. Contrary to many people's opinions, just as many others don't believe that Kate's decision to leave Argentina was some form of neglect. According to Kate, they had extended their trip far beyond their initial plans, and she was ready to return home. The fact that she left 2 days earlier wasn't some grand betrayal, and it most definitely was not shady. Now, let's talk about the latest pics of Kate where haters are saying she looks guilty and homeless. Kate was recently spotted in Florida looking emotionally exhausted, out in casual clothes with no makeup on, which for starters is a super unusual sight for someone who is used to always looking polished in front of the camera. And yet, instead of seeing a grieving woman, trolls criticized her for not looking sad enough, as if grief had a dress code. Also guys, is it just me, or is this the realest representation of a grieving person? If anything, it would have looked more sus had she been out here all glammed up, going about her day as if nothing happened. But these images literally prove that she is indeed a shell of herself right now and wouldn't care so much as to comb her hair. That's exactly what grief does to people. This should be common sense, but for some twisted reason, a lot of people apparently don't get that grief is messy, and just because someone stepped out in public doesn't mean that they aren't hurting inside. It's wild how far these baseless accusations have gone. Word is that even Kate's friends have come forward expressing how devastated she is by Liam's passing. One friend apparently even mentioned that Liam had begged her to stay with him in Argentina a little longer, but after extending her stay by 2 weeks, she needed to go back home, which is a decision that anyone might have made in the moment. So why exactly is Kate being condemned? Make it make sense. All right, moving on to even more troubling matters, and this is something that once again will prove that Kate Cassidy deserves more respect for how she handled things with Liam, and more respect than y'all are giving her. Another shocking layer to this story emerged when it was revealed that 2 women were in Liam's hotel room hours before his death. These women were reportedly adult workers whom Liam had met through an escort site. So you can only imagine what was going on in there. In fact, one of them allegedly even got into a fight with Liam over payment issues, and it looks like they did some monkey business, but for some reason, Liam didn't pay up as they had agreed. So earlier in the day, before the jump, there was already commotion in the room. At first, people thought that the women were in the room when the accident happened, but apparently they availed themselves to the cops, and it has been established that they left immediately after Liam paid, and that he was actually alone when he started breaking stuff in the room, and then went to the balcony for the final act. The investigators concluded that Liam was alone at the time of the accident, and that there was no foul play whatsoever.
Liam Payne spent time with 2 workers, Aldana Milagros Serrano and Lucila Marianela Goitea, just hours before his tragic death. The women met Payne through an escort website and were with him at his Buenos Aires hotel, where they drank alcohol before leaving after a payment dispute. Witnesses reported Payne was upset and agitated in his final hours, pacing and arguing about money. A 911 call later revealed Payne had overindulged in drugs and alcohol before his fatal fall from a hotel balcony. Drugs found in Liam Payne's system, including pink cocaine, crack cocaine, and methamphetamine, are linked to his tragic fall from a Buenos Aires hotel balcony. Authorities discovered drugs, alcohol, and smashed furniture in his room, suggesting a substance-induced breakdown before his death. Investigators have ruled out foul play and are now probing who supplied the drugs. Fans and the music world are mourning Payne's loss as his family arranges for his body to be repatriated to the UK.
Test results shedding more light on the death of former One Direction singer Liam Payne.
TMZ reports toxicology results show Payne had something called pink cocaine in his system when he died. That's a mix of cocaine and crack. He also had an Argentine version of methamphetamine. Police also found alcohol, various prescription medications in his room. Payne died earlier this month when he plunged off a 3rd-floor balcony at his hotel in Buenos Aires.
It's a cocktail of drugs, and that's what makes it really dangerous. It's not standardized, so you don't really know what you're getting. It has no cocaine in it per se, but it has a combination of other drugs. Some of the common ones include methamphetamine, which is a stimulant or upper, but also 2 hallucinogenic like ketamine, famous for implicated in Matthew Perry's death, and of course ecstasy or MDMA. Both of those, ketamine and MDMA, can make you see things when they're not there, or feel things. They're hallucinogenic, and ketamine in high doses can make you unconscious.
Talk to me more about the makeup of pink cocaine. So you say you don't exactly know what's going to be in each batch. How much of a difference could there be depending on your geography or depending on simply which batch you get?
A huge difference. There's a huge difference in price. There's a huge difference in the components. Had its origins in the 70s, but didn't really pick up until 2010 in Colombia. And from South America, it made its way to Europe and now mainly to New York City. And that's what we're seeing it, very unstandardized. And I think the most concerning thing to a lot of substance abuse experts is that they've seen more introduction of more addictive drugs, like fentanyl. And if you have more fentanyl, of course, it's not only addictive, but very small amounts can instantly kill you.
I think the pink part of this is part of what's fascinating people about this drug. Could there be a chemical reason for its coloring? Why is it pink? Is it likely just for aesthetic effect?
Yeah, it's just really for marketing and to distinguish itself from other drugs in the market. It's
a lovely day here.
Either red food coloring or even strawberry dye. So I think there are a lot of
where Liam Payne died after falling off a
products people
balcony.
can use, but the uniform thing is that it's all pink and it's easily identifiable as a brand.
Singing his songs in mourning.
I can't explain how I'm feeling right now. I'm shaking.
As questions swirl over the circumstances of his death, with reports saying Payne had been acting aggressively and erratically in the hotel's lobby moments before the tragedy. Audio obtained by the Associated Press revealing this 911 call before his death by the hotel manager, speaking in Spanish.
Tenemos un huésped que está sobrepasado de droga y de alcohol. Cuando está consciente, está rompiendo toda la habitación.
The manager then saying he was scared for the guest's life.
Y necesitamos que nos envíen a alguien urgente porque, yo no sé si corre riesgo la vida del huésped. Está en una habitación que tiene balcón y estamos un poco con temor de que haga algo que le ponga en riesgo su vida.
Morning, everybody.
Payne had been in Argentina since early October when he attended a concert of former One Direction bandmate Niall Horan, sharing this photo of the two. In Snapchat photos and videos posted in the hours before his fall, he wondered about dressing as Forrest Gump for Halloween. He also shared this final photo with girlfriend Kate Cassidy. The photo was actually taken a year earlier. Cassidy was with Payne on the trip, but had returned to the United States a few days earlier. Payne leaves behind one 7-year-old son, Bear.
And that image just haunting of him looking up at the billboard of his father. Now, authorities in Argentina are investigating the circumstances of his death and conducting an autopsy. This tragedy is prompting a tidal wave of grief, and with it, a lot of soul-searching questions.
A memorial for singer Liam Payne is taking place in Hyde Park in London this afternoon, organised by One Direction fans. The 31-year-old was found dead in Argentina on Wednesday afternoon after falling from the balcony of his third-floor hotel room. And these pictures live into us, as you can see, hundreds, if not possibly thousands of people gathering to pay tribute. Our correspondent Alice Porter is there for us. Alice.
Devastating video showing Liam Payne comparing tattoos and talking with his fans outside his hotel just days before his tragic death. The One Direction star died after falling from the third floor of his hotel yesterday, leaving his fans in shock. Liam took time to make his fans' dream come true earlier in the week by posing for pictures, signing autographs and listening to their stories. One fan credited Liam with saving my life and grew emotional meeting his hero. It prompted Liam to give the man a hug before they compared matching arrow tattoos on their arm. In another clip, Liam sang in Spanish to a female fan after she asked him if he'd been listening to any of the locals' music. There was also a montage of the smiling pop star meeting and greeting supporters, some of who mirrored his smile while others broke down in tears. A 911 call was made by a frantic hotel manager requesting urgent assistance before Liam died. He was staying at the Hotel Casa Sur in the neighborhood of Palermo, where crowds of fans flocked to pay their respects as the news of the singer's death spread.
Está en una habitación que tiene balcón y estamos un poco con temor de que haga algo que le ponga en riesgo su vida.
What you see here is one of the last videos posted by Liam Payne right before he tragically died at the age of 31.
Morning, everybody. Here's a little video of me. It's rude to put hats on the table.
Sorry.
Is this your hat?
Yeah.
Children. It's a lovely day here in Argentina. This is the breakfast table.
I'm just eating an orange.
Just enjoying coffee and breakfast, even though it's like 1 p.m.
Literally, we sleep in every day until at least 12. We're such losers.
No.
No.
Liam Payne's cause of death has been revealed. An early autopsy saying among Liam's 25 injuries, his severe head trauma alone was enough to kill the 31-year-old singer, who plummeted 3 stories from his hotel balcony on Wednesday in Buenos Aires.
Y necesitamos que nos envíen a alguien urgente porque, bueno, yo no sé si corre riesgo la vida del huésped. Está en una habitación que tiene balcón y, bueno, estamos un poco con temor de que haga algo.
Paramedics pronounced Liam dead at the scene. It's unknown if he was with anyone before his 45-foot fall, which police also haven't confirmed to be intentional or accidental. But we know investigators are not leaning towards foul play. And the 911 call from Liam's hotel hinted at a chaotic scene.
The hotel guests, on the other hand, told the cops that there was so much noise in Liam's room that they thought there was construction work going on in there. Yeah, it was that bad.
A hotel guest reportedly heard violent noises and a scream from inside Liam Payne's room before he fell to his death. The pop star fell from his 3rd floor balcony in Argentina and died from his injuries on Wednesday afternoon. Fellow guest Doug Jones told the BBC, "I thought they were working on the room. There was a lot of noise, like heavy lifting, like banging, and a lot of loud, violent noises, I thought. And I saw hotel people going in and out of that room, so I thought they were doing work on the room. So about 4 p.m, 4:30 p.m, I started hearing some more noise. I was still doing work, and I heard a really loud, violent scream around 4:45, 5 p.m. Doug realized something was wrong when he later saw a road full of cops. Cops probing his death have reportedly spoken with 2 key witnesses who may have been the last people to see him alive. Argentina's prosecutor's office said 2 women who were allegedly with Liam the night before his untimely death have now provided statements. While police haven't given any indication that they were involved in the death, the women could help determine what happened in the hours before.
And another thing, it's the same Kate being trolled that stood with Liam even as his ex-girlfriend Maya was fragging him through the mud and even issued a cease and desist towards him. Maya Henry said that Liam would go MIA for some time and then out of the blue just start blowing up her phone with crazy messages, sometimes even threatening to unalive himself if she didn't pick up.
He would always message me ever since we broke up, like, oh, I'm not well. He would always play with death and be like, well, I'm gonna die. I'm not doing well.
Not only that, there are still a couple of factors to consider, guys. It's being said that Liam's PR team resigned in early October, and his label dropped him a couple of days before he passed, probably due to poor album sales or his struggles with the bottle, which made him inconsistent in the studio. He had some visa renewal issues, and the greatest monster of all, him being so erratic that people next door thought his room was under construction. Guys, be honest, Kate Cassidy held Liam down through all of these. If not more, there is definitely more. And Kate has even eulogized Liam in the most beautiful way, even after learning that her partner of 2 years was in contact with escorts. And then the world turns around to start trolling this poor lady because, according to them, she should have stayed for as long as Liam wanted her to. People literally think that Kate was supposed to nod in agreement even if Liam said that they should start a new life in Argentina. Unbelievable. Oh, and one more thing, remember all One Direction members' careers took off pretty well. And then there was Liam even attending Niall's jam-packed concert, but just as a spectator. As someone who was already struggling mentally and then his record label dropping him shortly after seeing his former bandmate thriving, it's obvious that these things took a toll on Liam in ways that even online hecklers cannot begin to describe. And yet, even with all of these, trolls continue to drag Kate's name through the mud, accusing her of betrayal and worse. You see, what people don't get is that grief isn't in some act that you put on. Kate is mourning her partner's premature death and is possibly mad at him for the whole escort situation. And on top of that, at least a part of her is guilty for leaving, and she is obviously asking herself a lot of what ifs. It is a cruel reality that no one should have to face, let alone under public scrutiny. If anyone has truly honored Liam's memory, it's Kate Cassidy. Her social media is full of clips showing their best moments, and she's never shown anything but love towards him. Remember, Liam also moved in with her in Florida, likely because he needed someone to keep him grounded, because clearly being alone often made him spiral. Let us not forget that there were reports of him being kicked out of his first hotel for erratic behavior and disturbing other guests while under the influence, so you can only imagine what Kate dealt with over those 2 years. Kate has been through Liam's ups and downs firsthand, yet she's always kept it classy, only sharing the beautiful moments. You would never guess that he was struggling just by looking at their posts, and that is how much she protected his image. In contrast, Liam's ex, Maya Henry, even wrote a book detailing the alleged mistreatment she faced with him, including a shocking claim that he forced her to end a pregnancy.
Did you know that Liam Payne's ex-girlfriend Maya Henry has just released a book allegedly based on their relationship, and there is a lot of dark stuff in there. The book is called Looking Forward, and it's not even subtle, the references to Liam Payne that are even on the cover. Like, if you look at the guitar, it says 5F, which is like a variation of 1D, One Direction. This sign says James Street, and James is Liam Payne's middle name. And in the book, the main character, Mallory, is pressured by her boyfriend to have an abortion. Maya actually told People.com, if it were up to me, I wouldn't have done it. But then also, if I were to have made a different decision, then I would have lost the person that I loved. Which obviously then implies that Liam said that if she were to keep the baby, then he would leave her, or they'd split. And in the book, Maya Henry's character is encouraged by her partner's team to not seek treatment for hemorrhaging in the hospital for fear of being spotted in public and word getting out. Because the plotline of the book is about a girl that falls for a charming pop star. This book doesn't paint Liam in a very good light at all, especially because when they split in 2022, allegedly it was because he cheated on her. Supposedly it only came out because a Liam Payne fan page uploaded a picture of Liam and a girl, but the fans thought it was Maya, so they were tagging Maya, but then Maya commented saying, I love all the fans so much, but please stop sending me these pictures of my fiance wrapped around another woman. This is not me, and it's hard enough knowing this has happened without saying it. Enough now. Let me know if you guys are going to read the book.
The Liam Maya exposed is a world away from the Liam Kate stood by and loved. The truth is, neither of these women caused Liam's downfall. He had his battles, but Kate Cassidy wasn't one of them. Say what you want, but Kate is nothing but pure class, and leaving Liam Payne behind after a 5-day trip turned into 14 days just goes to show how she went to the ends of the world for her man. The only good news so far is that a lot of people are in Kate's shoes and are sending her so much love, light, and hugs. She needs them. Instead of spreading unfounded blame, the public should at least show some compassion. Kate is clearly devastated by Liam's passing. She has expressed her heartbreak, asked for privacy, and is now trying to process the unimaginable loss of someone she loved. It would be great if people honored her wishes to allow her the space to heal. It is neither the time to troll nor dig up details to fit their own twisted narratives. Some people forget that behind the headlines and social media comments, there is a real person grieving. I don't know about y'all guys, but Kate is the hero here, not the villain. What do you think about the way Kate Cassidy has been treated in the aftermath of Liam's death? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and if you want to know just how much Liam was in a dark place for years, check out my video diving deep into the mess of fame, grief, and the internet's toxic sides. Plus, I covered the jaw-dropping story of how Liam's sister found out about his passing through a phone notification. You don't want to miss that one either. Thanks for watching, loves, and I'll see you in the next video.